Well. You're listening to Gloves Off with Professor Buitrón. Alright then, I may say words on point, straightforward. No jibber jabber, everybody forward. Issues, facts and solution. Get it at Gloves Off with Professor Buitrón. Alright, what other thing is a revolution? Get it on point with Professor Buitrón. Gloves Off, no nonsense issues, politics, community. A better men follow reader. Gloves Off, a revolutionary show with everything that you need to know. With Professor Buitrón. Watch ya!
Gloves Off is always on point. Bringing you the best on current issues, community affairs, and the happenings around us. This segment of Gloves Off is brought to you by the best, so pay them a visit. Check them out. This is Gloves Off. If you've ever wondered, if you ever had a clue what would happen if Batman, the Avengers, the X-Men fought the 47 Ronin, you will have great hitting, power strikes, and speed. This event will be known as the North Texas Stick Fighting Championships. It's open to all martial artists. This is where legends are formed, where they're forged, where they are founded. Sign up now. Call the number 956-401-4868 and look up the website at www.savate.biz. So remember, this is for serious martial artists. If you're not serious, sit back and whisper about the event. If not, we'll see you there.
Gloves Off, I'm Professor Buitrón, and I'm here with candidate for Commissioner of Webb County, Guadalupe de Leon. How are we doing? You doing good?
Good. Thank you for inviting me.
Well,
it's my pleasure being here with you, Mr. Buitrón.
Well, thank you for standing up, and I tell that to everybody, because politics and stepping up towards becoming a public official, it's a hard thing to do. Many people want to do it, but very few stand up and do it. And number one, we thank you for doing that.
Well, thank you. My pleasure being here.
And we've known each other for a while. We've known each other for about 20 years, and we met way back when. And we've always talked and had a good friendship going. And so I was surprised when me dijeron, Lupe's going to run. Which Lupe? And then they told me, oh yeah. I go, here's a question. Why would you run? ¿Por qué?
Bueno, the reason I'm running is, there's three things. Well, there's so many things, but my three things is, one, the elderlies that for the past 20 years, they have been forgetting about them. And like I said, I have been working for the medical field for almost 30 years. And I love what I do. I love to help people. I love to help the community. It doesn't matter if it's kids, adults, or I love to help everybody. And that's why I'm gonna run for Commissioner Precinct 1, because there's a need. One, I want to implement more jobs in the South, get more scholarships for those students as they're graduating from high school. I don't want them to leave Laredo to to go elsewhere to let's say to San Antonio to work and then pay their own what do you call them?
Room and board and stuff?
Yes, and that's why I'm trying to do the best to help all these people in the South.
You those are some honorable things to do. But I like what you said about that you've worked in the medical field. What have you done? What was your vocation? Yes.
Well, my vocational, first I would I worked at the emergency room for almost 15 years as a nurse tech and helping there. Then I went to home health and see the patients at their houses to help them and to their needs. And then I became an administrator. I've been an administrator for almost 15 years already with several agencies. And now I have my own agencies. That's provider services. In Spanish is Palomita Services.
Right.
And also I work for home health and I have a physician under me taking care of my patients in Laredo, in San Antonio, in Victoria, in the Valley. And that's what I do. I love to help the people.
Well, that's great. That's awesome that you've grown and you've continued with that. That's why when you said that you wanted to help the elderly, you see that need.
Yes.
What else how would the county, you as a commissioner, be able to provide those services? What needs to change?
Well, the change is like I said, more than 20-something years working with the elderly. There's a lot of need in. I want them to have their house, like I said, to maintain their house good, in good conditions. I don't want them when it's cold that they don't have any
Heat.
the needs. I need their needs there, right? Because sometimes a lot of people, they don't care. You see, we're going downhill already. Those people that they're there, they need a lot of help from us.
I understand.
Because one day we're gonna be where they're at, right? So
Where they are right now.
Where they're right now. So I'm focusing in every angle that I think it's gonna be best for the South if I'm elected.
Right. Because I've seen in the past that they need air conditions. I've seen in the past that they need heaters. I've seen in the past. I know that Laredo and Webb County, it's a huge amount of people that live in poverty. Is there what you're trying to kind of say, what I'm getting the feel is that you're trying to see how the county can help out, alleviate some of those elderly's homes that they need, like change them up for handicap and
Correct.
make them a lot more accessible and
Yes.
stuff like that for their needs. Is that what you're going at?
Yes, I'm gonna try my best if I'm elected to help all those people that they need the help. Especially like this June and July, I asked for help to the county and for the city. Not even a single penny they gave me for an air condition to the elderly. Thank God I got some. I got like 20 or 30 air conditions to provide to the people they needed those air conditions. Now we see that cold is coming.
Cold's here.
Yeah, it's here already, and I see people that they don't have a heater. So we try to provide them with heaters and everything. Sometimes it's difficulty because there's not enough money coming in, and we try to see who can give us donations. But at this point, like, I know Christmas is around the corner, and also I provide to the kids gifts. Last year we gave out 250 gifts in the South. Me and another partner. And this year we're gonna give some more. And in school, we have 3 schools that we donated jackets and sweaters last year. This is gonna be the 5th year that I'm doing this. So I think I'm doing pretty good, and hopefully if I'm elected, I'm gonna do better.
Right.
Because now I'm gonna be in the county, and I'm here to fight for the community, not only to be sitting there just looking to see what I'm gonna do or if I'm gonna eat or where I'm gonna go. I'm here to fight for the community.
When you say fight, what else do we need to fight for, especially in your area and in Webb County? What
Well,
else do you think?
actually, with the water system, if I'm elected, I'm gonna try to get the best people to check the system, because we need someone who knows how to work the system.
Okay.
Not only paying the taxpayers' money and we're not getting anywhere. We need to implement that too. Also, we need the kids, like they're back and forth. I know there's a boxing gym there, but we need like something to get the kids involved, not to do drugs, like a school or something. Or we have all these other things in Laredo, but we need something in the South for the kids, because I see a lot of kids back and forth doing drugs or smoking cigarettes, 13, 14 years old, when we can do something better for them.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. You know, I've seen a lot of things here in Laredo, and I'm from Laredo, and I've taught in other countries and other cities and throughout Texas, and there's a consensus. Kids are used by politicians, but there are like their little candies taken away once a person's elected. You know, promising a rec center for a new area does not stop or does not monitor how kids are going to get out of drugs or out of harm's way or out of ill play. We need to understand that. And I think that's what we're forgetting. You know, we have rec centers here in Laredo. We have plenty of them. They want to build more, which is fine and dandy. But there's no programs in there to be taken care of.
And
Now the city has rec centers. The county has community centers. We need to implement programs, whether it's music, whether it's martial arts, whether it's baseball, which they do, and see how we monitor them. That's the thing. Many people take their kids to baseball and softball and everything else, and after that they let them go. But what's the actual? What's the positive?
The bad thing, we don't have anything on the South. They say like tournaments of baseball. Everything is on the north or on the west side. We don't have anything, and I have been seeing the places, the parks empty. Right? We need to have children get involved. Also, not only the children, but the parents. Right? Because it's very important, the parents. Es como dicen, ser el juez debe comenzar de la casa, de su propia casa.
Right.
Without the parents, sometimes we're nothing, because we need to involve the parents to help us bring their kids to the baseball parks, to let's say to the rec center. I mean, we need to implement a lot of things that we don't have in the South.
No, you're correct. I mean, I give my hats off goes to the sheriff, because they've been maintaining the Webb County PAL for a long time, and that provides. But we need other more things out there, and it's a communal effort to try to get the kids out there. The city, the county, the police, the sheriff, us in the community have to step up. We have to be a lot more vigilant. See, what happens here is when we start talking about drugs, that's where we're going. People are afraid because drugs lead to money, lead to violence, lead to protection. So when you say, you know what, there's a crack house down there, there's a drug house down there, and that happens, the police won't do anything about it. But they will mention that it was you that told them that where it came from. And guess what? Your house is going to get vandalized. Your kids might get beaten up or raped or you get beaten up or shot or what have you. That exists.
Correct.
That is the cruel reality of where we live in. All our leaders are like horses looking forward, and they don't want to look at the dangers that we have. And I'm looking at the South, our dangers in Mexico. Look what happened 2 days ago. A family was killed. Now they want to blame it on something else that doesn't have anything to do with it. 3 weeks ago, we had a war zone in Nuevo Laredo. They were killing each other.
Correct.
Military with the cartels. When is that going to spill over in Laredo? It's going to come here. Or it's already here.
You see the bad thing that we need to implement more officers. We need to implement more border patrols, more involve the sheriff department, involve the police department, involve all the law enforcement in Laredo.
You know, when we talk about police, I'm talking about Laredo, talking about law enforcement in general, all of them. I don't see them riding around. I don't see the sheriffs going up and down the neighborhoods. It's part of the county. I don't see some of the constables going up and down some of the neighborhoods. It's part of the county. Neighborhoods of Laredo are still part of the county.
Correct.
We need more law enforcement vigilance and visibility. We have some great law officers. We've got some great first responders, but we need more presence.
We need more officers. A matter of fact, especially in the south, because you see the border, Rio Bravo and Cenizo, they need a lot of help, which they don't have the help. You see, I want to try to implement to get an ambulance there, because a couple of weeks
Where,
ago,
in Rio Bravo?
in Rio Bravo, try to help them. Right? In Rio Bravo, I think last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a little kid, a 5-year-old kid, passed away because they didn't have any transportation. Right? And a matter of, I'm sorry to say it, but we need someone to help the community. Not only.
Let me put it to you this way, and it's kind of hard because the county is a county. Rio Bravo is a municipality. El Cenizo is a municipality. El Cenizo, as municipality, as cities, little townships, they have to provide ambulance services as well. And they're not doing it. Listen to what I have to say. They have to provide police. But understand? Either that or de-incorporate yourself from that, and the county can help it all in general. And they're going out of their way to help. But once you become a town, a city, you're incorporated. You as leaders are responsible to have those amenities inside that. And if you don't have it, then again we fall back to bad leadership. The county has stepped in to some effect, but the county cannot pave their roads.
Correct.
Cannot put fire departments in the municipality. In fact, this county cannot tell Laredo, you know what, we're going to start putting ambulances and so on and so forth. It's the city of Laredo that has to have a fire department with paramedics, with that type of support system. If a city or a township becomes incorporated and they cannot de-incorporate themselves, period, let the county take care of it. But that's egos talking. Nothing against the people over in El Cenizo or Rio Bravo. They're great individuals. I have great friends that live there. The problem is what's going on in the municipality. There's two different things that we can confuse.
I really think that if you want to help El Cenizo and Rio Bravo, you can try to work with them.
Sure.
Right?
There has to be some help between them. Yes, of course.
There's a lot of help.
Excuse me.
I believe that the county has more than, what I heard, more than $89 million a budget. And what I think, if I'm going to try to help them as much as I can.
Absolutely.
Not leave them hanging there because so many years they have been hanging there that they promised this. I'm not gonna promise anything. I'm gonna try to help them as much as I can. And believe me, with any transportation, I'm gonna try to help them.
You know, I've always said, how come Rio Bravo and Encinizo have never been annexed to Laredo? We're already growing that far. It should have been annexed a long time ago. Oh, we want to maintain our own presence. And entonces, we don't want to pay those big taxes. You get everything. You get UISD, you get school, you have to pay. And so it's going to come with that, you know. And eventually, what happened to Del Mar is going to happen to them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be swallowed in by Laredo because Laredo is growing at a massive
Tremendously,
rate.
it's growing. Also, we have 3 schools. I think we have 3 schools in 2 in El Cenizo, and I believe we have 1 in Rio Bravo.
Sure.
Right? They're doing excellent.
Of course.
They're doing excellent. They have the very good teachers because I know few teachers in that area, and we need to be there with them. We need to help them.
Let me ask you something, Mr. De Leon. What would you do? What do you think about this apparent joining of a lawsuit because of the wall? What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think so. We should have the wall because if we put a wall there, there's a lot of ways how to get to the United States. You see, I think it's the waste of money. It's a waste of money because we put a wall, they're gonna just, I mean, a lot of people, they're so smart, they're gonna do another thing just to cross the border, right? I mean, I don't think so. It's a good idea to get a wall there, especially going through Rio Bravo, El Cenizo, on Meadow Street, because I have a friend that has a ranch and they want to put out the wall there. I don't think so. It's a good idea. That's me.
Sure.
That's me.
There's differences. There's a lot of different feelings about the wall, and I look at it this way: if the wall is going to stop one kid from becoming a drug addict and going to drugs, don't put one wall, put 4.
Exactly. Yeah.
Understand? But people have different opinions and feelings, and we talk about security. We talk about the need of people crossing
Yes.
over. It's something that eventually it's going to happen. It was not only this president that's in there. The previous presidents had already mandated it and voted it into play. It was just never done. The money was taken and put back somewhere else, and so on and so forth. It's just the way it was done. Now it's getting done. Now people are saying, "Oh, wait a minute, where's my money for this other project that I have?" You understand?
Yeah. Correct.
And that's how government is. They'll put in there, we're going to build a museum, and all of a sudden the money's used to put bike lanes or whatever. Just as an example. And we cannot have that type of thing. So what I'm afraid of is money that was allocated for those sports centers not to be made in the South, because the city's supposed to be building some sports centers, and I think they want to build them in the South. That's going to revive the South, which, if you're elected, that's going to be your part of the county that's
Correct.
over there. I think the South, because of new visions and ways of thinking, I think the South is growing tremendously. But the South is the entry of 2 ways. It's the entry from people coming in from Ebro, and it's the people coming in from Zapata and the Valley. We need to have a great presence, because people say, "Oh, Laredo's real ugly." I go,
And I believe it's not the first time that they mentioned that, right?
You know what I'm saying? And you're like, "Oh, okay," but we go to Laredo and there's a bunch of warehouses. Well, yeah, but you have the areas that we're coming into. I mean, if you go to San Antonio, you see a junkyard. But the first thing you see is a junkyard.
Yes.
So we need to understand how things are growing. I think that sports center from the city is going to benefit a lot. I think there's a lot of conjunction in cross training, or not cross training, cross help in crossing the county for municipal of Laredo, and they're helping each other. You start seeing that now with the city councilmen and some of the commissioners. They're doing joint projects.
Correct. And that's what I want to do.
That's what needs to
That's
happen.
what I want to do. I want to get. I want to get involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want to get them involved with the city, and I want the South can grow. It's growing to have more centers, not only on Zapata Highway, but on 359.
Sure.
Because 359, it's we see the little ranches that they need a lot of help too. There's a little community center at the San Enrique for, I think it's for 300-400 people. We need to implement to help them get another one, another what do you call them, another center, and get some a store involved there. Let's say we have an HEB on the Zapata Highway. We have a Walmart. We have a Walmart on Route 20. But going towards the 359 and going towards more on the south, we need stores. We need to implement more stores. I believe we can do it. We can do it. It's going to take time, but there was going to be an HEB on, if I'm not mistaken, is where LCC is, the Cody Corner, but I don't know what happened. Right? We need huge stores. Let's say we need a mall in the south, because when you drive all the way to the north, I mean, there's a lot of traffic. We need to.
I think you all are going to get all that. I think that's coming eventually. The South is growing in abundance. I see a lot of construction. I see people that are investing, and I see this mentality. We have to get off. We have to say, we're from the South. You're from the North. I'm from the West. We're from Laredo.
Yes, Richie, we're from Laredo.
You know, we have to quit this South. You know, we can't segregate ourselves.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? We're the ones saying, "Oh, I'm from the South. You're from the North." Quit segregating yourself. You guys are not less fortunate than the ones over here. You have more amenities. When you start looking at the whole thing, you're like, hey, you all have more actual programs than up here.
Correct.
Understand what I'm saying? I mean,
Yes.
more so. But what we need to do is, I see the future of the South growing more than I see the north of Laredo growing. Okay, what the area of 359 down to Zapata Highway, I think there you're going to see a blow, and it's going to get very, very well populated over there. I do see we have great investors here. I think they're going to be investing. They have people that are from the South investing more in the South, if you want to look at it that way, in those precincts, right? To use the verbiage what people are associated with. But tell me this: what are your plans? I mean, the election's not that far away, right?
Excuse me?
When's the election? It's not that far away.
It's going to be on March. I think it's going to be March 6 or 9.
How do you see the elections here?
Well, I see it that we need to work very close with another's candidates, right? But I see it's difficult in Laredo, because like you said, you go with this guy, you go with another guy, and this guy and that guy there's no hope. There's no help. We're here to help the community, not to be fighting one another, right? If we're gonna do something to in the South, let's be partners. Let's help each other. No, because this and that and back and forth. I mean, it's not helping. That's the way I see it. I think it's like I'm trying to say it's like a mafia, because I think it's what it is. Or probably I'm wrong, but the way I'm seeing it is like we're here to help each other.
Okay. You know, the elections, we don't get that many people voting. How are you going to bring people out to vote? What are you going to do?
Okay, to bring people out is one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start walking, talk to the people, tell them what I'm going to do if I'm elected, right? To bring them out to vote. I know that the voting is right now in November. The city voting, I think, to get him out on March, it's like 2-3 months away.
Right.
The people are tired to be voting, and the people are tired to hear that a lot of what do you call them, officials, they lie to them that they're gonna do this and that. Sometimes they don't want to go out and vote. What I'm gonna try to talk to them, go knocking doors, and tell them what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I'm not gonna promise anything. I'm gonna do my best so the South can have better stores, better more schools. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck, because I know it's hard running a campaign, going out there and getting votes out, especially people that are discouraged and with what's going on in the government, both local, federal, and state. So it's going to be hard to get those folks out there. So folks need to understand each candidate that's there.
Correct.
Understand them. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, where can they call you?
They can call me at 956-319-8911, or they can call my office at 956-523-0429.
And you can probably look up Mr. De Leon also on Facebook. So again, I want to thank you for doing what you're doing. And folks out there, excuse my voice. I lost my voice this week. Huge laryngitis, and now we're just talking. So move forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Like I said, my name is Lupe De Leon. I'm running for County Commissioner, Precinct 1 in the South. And if you ever need my help, please give me a call. That's why I'm here, to help the community. Thank you so much.
And folks, you heard that once more. This is a pet peeve, and I always say this all the time. Let's be careful when we drive, and let's put down our phones, quit texting. And you see that school bus with the red lights and the stop sign, don't pass them, either or. I've seen that going up and down hillside. And, you know, God's been fortunate that nothing's happened to one of our little guys. So let's be careful when we're driving. Until next time, peace.
Thank you so much.
Gloves Off is always on point. Bringing you the best on current issues, community affairs, and the happenings around us. This segment of Gloves Off is brought to you by The Best, so pay them a visit. Check them out. This is Gloves Off. If you've ever wondered, if you ever had a clue what would happen if Batman, the Avengers, the X-Men fought the 47 Ronin, you will have great hitting, power strikes, and speed. This event will be known as the North Texas Stick Fighting Championships. It's open to all martial artists. This is where legends are formed, where they're forged, where they are founded. Sign up now. Call the number 956-401-4868 and look up the website at www.savate.biz. So remember, this is for serious martial artists. If you're not serious, sit back and whisper about the event. If not, we'll see you there.